Hello, hello. William here. Have you ever wondered what you would be like if you had done that very thing that feels unknown to you? That very thing that part of you inside craves, it wants, it knows that there's a part of you that resonates with that. But behind that there is fear holding you back because it's unknown. There's a deeper place within you that you crave to explore. But you fear by exploring that part within you, you will have to let go of everything that you've created. Because I have also felt that way and still feel that way. I've spent many years helping people in fitness, helping people with mindset, being in the space of music, being in the space of sales. I've dabbled and I've delved, and I've always been in the coaching space the whole time. I love helping people, but I know I can go deeper. I know I can. And there is a part in me which maybe there is in you, and maybe this could be a dialogue between each other, as a reminder that knows we can go deeper, that knows that there is more to this life than what we're currently accepting. And that there's nothing bad about this. I mean, the place that I'm living at right now, it's amazing. Look at it, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. But it doesn't matter how much you seek external things. If there is a part of you that knows, it can further step into a grander version of oneself. And personally, I would rather, as scary as it can be at times, step as much as I can into that. And what I've noticed is that along the way, the more established you become in this world, the harder it can feel to do it. Because you have things that represent the work and the progress that you've been putting towards everything. Now there's a saying, I don't know, who said it, but that every level has a new devil. And I haven't thought about that quote intense enough to agree with it or not. But I think it makes sense in this context that the more established you get, if you've been building that foundation from a place of any degree of insecurity or anything that isn't truly resonant with you, you may find that along the line, as you built in that path, you may want to pivot, and you will find it quite challenging because you've built off of a shaky foundation. And me personally, I want to make sure that everything I do is absolutely congruent, because I understand that if I continue to build in directions that don't completely align, it will be very hard to get out of that narrative. It will be very hard to go, you know what, scrap it. And this is easier said than done. I mean, if you look at cognitive biases, which is temporal discounting, we struggle to see the consequence of things long-term compared to short-term. So a lot of us favor short-term pleasures and short-term outcomes, but we can't comprehend to the same degree what that means in the long term. But if we can do our best to foresee that path and how that looks, we can remind ourselves and recognize where that's going and where that may lead, and what might be a better option right now. So this is just a dialogue of me expressing that right now in my life, I'm going to explore deeper levels of spirituality, and I'm going to share it as I continue. At least right now, with the version of myself that I am, I believe I will continue to share it and spread that value and help. But I know that if I just go on the level that I'm at, not that I cannot give value to people, I know I can, and I have been continuously. But if I stop that development and I just try to learn from this point, from people who've just been copying information from one another, as one of my friends basically reminded me the other day, that there's a lot of just people copying each other. And you might see him, I might bring him on, he's been onto one of my episodes, Craig, but who knows, maybe we'll see him again. But there's a lot of copying. People just, oh, they said that. But what about the full embodiment of true wisdom? Going down that route and exploring it yourself and preaching from that place. And that impact will be completely different. And that is why I don't know what's going to come. I'll do my best to stay updated here. But this is my version of the unknown. And for that reason, I'm going to step into it. And I'm going to accept whatever reality comes as a byproduct of that. And that is scary. But like everything I say in these videos, fear is our signpost of where we typically need to go. In the context of things that we fear, where we know there's growth, where we know that there is something behind that we will find valuable. So, who knows how this will turn out? Who knows if I will be better for it or not? Whatever it looks like on the external, they say some people who go down the spiritual route on the external go crazy, right? But the thing is with this kind of stuff, we say someone goes crazy in the context of, well, they don't now have the world's view of success, but what even is that? Is it the nice cars? Is it the money? Is it all of that? Or is it simply just different for everyone? And when some people have those spiritual experiences, they go, oh, I actually never cared about that. So on the outside, people go, oh, they're a failure, but internally for that person, they feel great. And the only difference is that now they just don't resonate with their old circle, and that's okay. But all too often, people who do these things, and I'm not speaking for every situation, okay? I haven't really done my research in that regard. I've just heard stories and seen some people who just go off the chart once they do it. But I'm not there to judge that. I don't know what is going on inside of that person's reality, and maybe that person is actually happier than ever before. But for some reason, as a society, we ostracize people who do that because we have our own expectation that we've created from what the world has told us, or what we've been indoctrinated by the people around us or social media, that success is. And that's something to think about. Have you really even chosen what your form of success is to you? Or are you taking someone else's opinion that actually doesn't align with you? Something to think about. So, I'll keep you updated. Interesting times ahead. I have no idea what this is going to behold. And all I know is, the deeper I go, the more I'm going to learn about myself. And hopefully as a byproduct, spread value on a deeper and more embodied level. So when I create these videos, when I speak, there's going to be something completely different behind how I talk. The same way I am now, but on a deeper level of wisdom. And that's exciting and terrifying at the same time. But I'm being present with it. I'll do my best not to back out. I'll do my best. Each and every moment, just be present with it. What's the best course of action? What's the right thing to do? Everything I talk about, I'm living this right now. Who knows where that's going to go? So, nothing too crazy, but just areas I haven't been to. Not saying I'm going to go do drugs in the corner of some alleyway or anything. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'll keep you updated along the journey. This video is simply a dialogue of me to me and potentially you to you. And just to wrap this up before the battery in the camera died, was last one question. What is the unknown thing that deep down you know you resonate with, that maybe you've been pushing aside, maybe you've been postponing? Because there might be fear behind that, because you don't know what's going to happen. If you do have that, what is it? And is that something that you can be willing to accept that you never explored it? And this is me just asking the question to myself. If you resonate with it, maybe it's time for that dialogue. But I'll leave it there. I'll keep you updated. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.